Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Monday afternoon, April 27th. First, let me apologize for this morning's video. Not getting up until probably 3 o'clock this afternoon, as YouTube has been really finicky lately. So it is up there if you ever want to check it out, see what we were looking for this morning. Hopefully this video will upload and be able to put on a lot sooner than this morning's. So the bulls are at it again. As we gap higher, hold the gap, get above. We have an inside week up that's holding right now. We have 11 or 12-day balance that we got above, but we just dipped into. The volume horrendous, 71 million. Now we end up doing 85 million on Friday. I think I said 76 in the video this morning. But it's still very, very poor. So with after hours, we're going to do even less today. So the question you have to pose to yourself, as we go higher, right? We tried to go down, it failed, but we did have a very nice rally in the afternoon on horrible price, horrible structure. And again, for the most part, continue today. Is higher prices really starting to cut off volume now? Now, we've had down days with poor volume, but nothing as poor as this. We're still at the critical level. Yes, we have an inside week up. Yes, we're attempting to come out of a 12-day balance, but nothing really has been decided yet, as far as I'm concerned. As far as trades today, we had a good day in the room. We called the afternoon pullback low, H&I's low, to a T. We also said, once we started making new highs and continually coming back in, that you can make money on both sides of this market. You could fade new highs because we were not having single prints hold. The SPY had a chance of 4 sets. 2 of them were very, very small. But they were there, and they all got filled. So the comfort level of shorting was there in every time frame for the most part, but also being long because we one time framed it the first 3, but then we did a little dance, down, up, down, up, down. So there was no continuity going on. So there was no firm thing to say, hey, you got to be long here, you got to be short here. So there was some two-sided trade. The POC ends only 6 wide. It kept getting raised, but only ends 6 wide. But we do have an afternoon pullback low. We do have a gap that holds. As far as my trading, I did nothing in A. It came down. Tapered, I had a bid in a little low, I didn't get it, shame on me, and then went back above the open and I didn't do anything, so I did nothing in A. Again, I did nothing until C period had a very good day. I did nothing in A, did nothing in B. B went up, came back in. C started with single prints, came in, I got long, went back up, took them off, the single prints filled. D period threw me a heck of a curveball. D period came in. If it did not take out C's low, I wanted to get long. Well, once it took out C's low, I wasn't going to short it, but I was hoping it got down to at least the opening and then come back up, and then I would have gotten long. But it just did a quick reversal right up, took out C's high. I'm like, you know what? The fact that we stopped one time framing up, it told me something. I shorted it, and it came right back in, so I shorted D. I did the same thing in F. I did nothing in E. I faded F when it went up, came down. We finally stopped the one-time framing in E, filled a set of single prints again. I did the same thing in G period. Made a new high, shorted it, came in. Now, what I did do and what I was constantly saying to the room was, I'm looking for an afternoon pullback low. So when H started coming down, I covered my short. I think I was still short in H from G a little bit, but I covered the short. I did not take the long right away. I said I thought we can get down to at least B's high, if not A. So H kind of around as H was getting lower, started a long position, added on again when I made a new low, came back up. J period started. So I was back and forth, adding off, and then J popped up. Stopped the one-time framing, got out of it as we approached H's high. So that was my long in I, and then I did one other trade. I faded K. Again, K made a new high, and I faded it, and it came right back in. Now, I could have done that in L and M. I just didn't. They certainly would have worked. L period would have worked like a charm, and so did M. Now, that 350 algo is, for the most part, seems like it's been, the secret's out. It's not doing much. It actually popped like 5 cents and went down, 60 cents in a heartbeat. So I think that game is over. I was looking, if it had popped higher, I would have taken a short, but it didn't. So, good day overall. It's nice when you get the room on, basically everybody on the same side, getting long here at the afternoon, pull back low, and stuff like that. So it's worked out very nicely. All right, destinations for tomorrow. First one on the upside will be today's high of 288.27. Then a very, very important one, 288.52 weekly high, and then filling a gap at 290.23 for March 9th, 171-point gap. And then above that, we have nothing to 295.07, where we are 9 wide from March 6th. For the downside, we go out with a price probe. Now, remember, Friday we had a price probe and a price spike. I's high, L's high. Never even saw them today. So even though the structure was horrendous, it said we could attract new buyers. Well, we certainly did. Never saw them. Well, today we have another price probe. We had a chance for a price spike, but we closed below G's high, so that's out. So the first downside destination is 287.90, even though we closed 80 cents or 85 cents below it, because we don't know if it's accepted or not until tomorrow's A period. Then 286.10, afternoon pullback low. Then today's low of 284.62, and then filling the gap at 283.70, 92-point gap. Price probe from Friday, 282.93 and 281.56 price spike from Friday. And then on the charts, okay, monthly, 3 days to go in the month, $10 or just about $10 above the trend line, one time framing down, but we have an inside month going, and right now we're not far from the high of it. So it'll be interesting. If buyers can keep this month near the high, it'll be interesting to see what happens in May if they could stop the one-time framing down right away. Weekly. Excuse me. Where did my weekly chart go? Oh my goodness. I just knocked the weekly chart out when I sneezed. Okay, well, I'll have to get it back. But anyway, on the weekly, we're one-time framing up for 5 weeks. It's an inside week up, right? Last week's high was 286.29. We closed at 287.05. So for now, the inside week up is holding. It does look like the 3 highs from the past 3 weeks are so close to each other. So we're going to have to see if we can get away from it. And then on the daily, what you're looking at, I'm going to call it balanced. We did close inside the 11-day balance. I'm still going to call it balanced to up. I'll give the bulls 1 day of balance to up, since we still have the gap. Although we did close inside the 11-day balance, right? 287.30 was the high. We closed at 287.05. Right now we stretched it just about $1, but all we did is really stretch it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I hope you had a great day trading. Have a great evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.